What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now today we're actually in my daughter's car, the Buick Lacrosse. It's a Lacrosse. Anyway, the point of today's video is we're going to get this old crusty factory radio out of here and put in a nice aftermarket one. Well, I say nice. If you've been following the channel for a while, you've seen this radio before. And you know I have my issues with it. But for her, it'll be perfect. So here's the fine unit. Just a little pocket screwdriver. Pop most of this apart, actually. Struggle with it a little bit. It's got those little clips in there. And they get a fair amount of tension. So once you get that, I actually figured out you don't have to take these two screws out. But anyway, Phillips heads will do them. And these are the two that you're after. This takes the HVAC unit out. And pop those two out. The whole thing slides right out. You can just move that out of the way, set it off to the side. And you got two screws underneath the radio. Oh, somebody's been fiddling with this before. That ain't right. Anyway, pop this top cover off here. And that'll fight you a little bit. It sits underneath that chrome strip. But again, those little tension clips. Give it a good tug. She'll rip right out. There we go. Need to dust in here. Ugh. Anyway, two screws on the top. One right there. And one right there. Go ahead and take those out off camera because it's tricky without. And just slide her on out. Got a mile of room back behind this thing. And yeah, pop your connectors off. They'll fight you a little bit, this GM style. It's got a lot of tension on it. So just wiggle it. Wiggle it. Almost. Yeah, there we go. And then, yeah, that one pops right out. Take the radio out. Well, I don't think this thing's ever been apart. Good rip. Ah, there we go. And it's out. The whole thing goes right in the garbage can. Well, on the shelf, probably. Anyway, install kit. There's the number if you need it. There's everything that comes with it. It'll do a single DIN or a double DIN. I'm doing a double DIN, obviously, so you gotta cut this brace out. Use a little carpet knife, razor blade, whatever you got that's sharp, and clean these little tabs off. I actually took a little more than I needed because the brackets that go on the side kind of clip into this piece, so you don't want to take too much off. I did it flush, and you know, whatever. So because they wouldn't clip into place, I went and got this super glue out of the cabinet, put a little line on there. I don't know if super glue is going to work with this plastic or not at this point, but, you know, worst case, it's better than nothing. So, yep, well, make a mess. Anyway, pop that thing on there, and it does actually stick. So if you're doing this, a little super glue on there is just, you know, good safety. So there we go. That's all assembled. Time to put the radio in this thing. Go ahead and slide her right on in there. Nice and easy. Just real gentle. Real gentle. Gentle. This thing does kind of sit flush back in here. And it's got a little trim ring. You can see that sitting off to the side there. We'll go ahead and pop this thing in there. Go ahead and admire my handiwork a little bit. Yeah, that's looking pretty nice. Almost done. All we gotta do is put a few screws on the side. These usually come with the radio, not the install kit. And I like to put, you know, about as many as I can get in there, just so the thing's not flopping around. In this case, I had 3 slots that were viable candidates for putting screws in. So, go ahead and put those in. I'm not gonna bore you with doing the other side. You're just sitting here watching me put screws in. Yeah, whoop-de-doo. Anyway, finish that up, and go ahead and admire my handiwork a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That'll look nice in the car. So next we need to do a wiring harness. And I go to the old drawer of electronics. Yeah, this is all leftover junk from old ones. Yeah, it looks like a GM one. Let's see if I got a better one maybe. No. Yeah, no. Don't even know what that one's to. Anyway, I guess we'll make this one work. Let's cut it up, get it ready. And there we go. Everything's put together. Now, when you're putting these things in, one thing I didn't realize was you have to add a keyed power source. So I used one of the little taps and went to the fuse block, ran the wire over, and you run that to your red wire on your harness there. And, ooh, this has got the mini antenna. And the radio's got a large one. Back to the drawer. I know I got one of these in here somewhere. Yeah, oh, there's one. And this thing's all crusty looking. Maybe I got a better one. Dig around a little bit. Is that one? Is that one? Ah, perfect. Hey, look how long it is, too. Nice. Like I said, we got mountains of room behind this thing, so I'd rather have a long one. Makes it easier. Just boop, plug it in, and do this one-handed. Doing this whole thing one-handed gets a little tricky, but make sure that's all seated, and yep, ready to go back in. Pretty much just the reverse of taking it out. Of course, like I said, doing it one-handed gets a little tricky. Let me set this camera down here. Maybe not. And you know what? Let's just go for it. Jam her in the hole. There. Perfect. So then, of course, just put the screws back in like you took them out. You know, zip zap. I didn't show all those because, well, you know, kind of tricky. So, zip these in quick, and then just start piecing everything back together. A lot of snap clips makes it super easy. I need to dust really bad too. Yeah. Anyway, pop it all back into place. All 4 of your screws down here, but you only needed 2 of them, if you remember. And this little booger back here is a little tricky to line up. That snap clip back there, get that? Just give her a shove. About moment of truth time. That's looking way better than the factory. Let's flip this key, see what it does. And huzzah! It works. Let's try it out. Wah, wah, wah. Well, there we go. A little bit of time. I think she'll be happy with that. You know, kids these days can't go without Bluetooth and GPS and all those things. She doesn't even own a CD. No clue what radio station she'd even want to listen to. So, this will be great for her. She can Bluetooth her phone to it, do all that. She'll be pretty happy. So anyway, hope that helped you guys out. And, yeah, I might go cruise this thing around and bump some tunes. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.